Hello and welcome to part 3 of Let's Play Skyrim. This is going to be a second recording of this because I was having some weird audio bugs the first time through, and so I just decided to go back through this area.
Manages the inn. He used to be a soldier, but he left that life.
So forgive me if I wind up saying things that I've already said in the video, or in the video before this, because I don't exactly remember what was and wasn't in this video. But, let's see here. I've been thinking about what this character came from and like who he is. And I realize that there's a lot of unanswered questions, especially given this character is rather old and would probably have some history outside of Iverstead, especially given that I've built him up to be this thief who is for some reason going to Solitude to become a bard. And those two things, the more I think about it, don't really collide very easily. So, one thing I started to think about is why is this thief becoming a bard? Or why has this bard become a thief? Whatever. And the more I think about it, the more I realize that he's probably becoming a thief, or he's probably becoming a bard to hide his identity. He's kind of trying. What I've thought of is I never really put in place whether he was from Skyrim or whether he was from Cyrodiil. Oh, the rock physics. Okay. This is... well... but because I never made that the distinction, this character really doesn't have any sort of backstory to go on. I feel like someone of his age definitely has a backstory. However, he didn't like... He either came to Iverstead from Riften or he came to Iverstead from Cyrodiil. There's not a whole lot else over there that would lead him in between those two places and Solitude. I can... So... wow. Could have sworn that would have... where are these arrows going? There we go. I was just talking about something. Right, so I decided that he's probably from Riften. And what I believe makes the most sense for why he's suddenly leaving to become a bard and change up his identity is he was likely new to Riften, and thus wanted to avoid any contact with the Dark Brotherhood. Not the Dark Brotherhood, the Thieves Guild, as oftentimes it seems that thieves would try to do in order to kind of keep their solidarity, or not their solidarity, their opposite of solidarity, whatever that word would be, their individualism. And busy road right now. Got some wolves on the run. So I would imagine that he probably was new to Riften, either didn't know about or wasn't very sure about joining the Thieves Guild, and thus had no knowledge of the power of Maven Blackbriar. He probably walked in, got a feel for who was the richest person in town, and then went and pillaged. Which is probably why he started from the beginning of the game with 1800 gold. But was also not wearing armor, he didn't have a bow or any sort of thing that a thief would seemingly have to have that much money early on in the game. So I'm thinking he probably stole from Maven Blackbriar and then realized what he had done and is now on the run. And I kind of see that manifesting itself in the future as perhaps down the line, the next quest line we wind up joining is the Thieves Guild, or maybe even the Dark Brotherhood, in order for this character to get in close with Maven Blackbriar. Make sure he's no longer a target and is instead a benefit to her. Because between the things that eventually start happening in Skyrim with the Dark Brotherhood assassins starting to attack, and the thugs that get sent your way, I think it's been a long time, but I think the Thieves Guild will even come up and try to mug you. And all this put together, this character would probably see, now that he has knowledge of this, as Maven Blackbriar trying to get her revenge. As far as he knows, no one else knows he's a criminal. Everyone else would think of him as just a bard. And suddenly, I've lost a trail and there's a saber cat. That looks like the fastest way to Solitude. So yeah, just like as the last video has been uploading and rendering, I've just kind of just been piecing together what really is the core of this character. And that's something that will probably develop and grow. I don't need to like lay out the groundwork for who this guy is right off the bat. That's kind of part of the fun, in my opinion, is trying to discover as we go, like, who is this character we're playing as. I'm trying to like map out in my brain exactly where I am in the world. I'm... Oh, here, this'll help. Markarth. Markarth? Wow. Huh. I know that Dragonsburg Bridge is this way, but I'm actually curious exactly where I am. Okay. I thought Rorikstead was a bit higher up and I'd be coming around in between Morthal and Solitude around this area. Turns out I'm just a bit farther back than I thought. So once I get to Bard's College, I kind of don't expect this character to really immediately want to fill out their quest of the Bards. Because for those who don't know, the first mission, like a lot of missions, it really shouldn't be this way in Skyrim, have you immediately go into a tomb and retrieve something that they need for some reason, and somehow that's supposed to prove that you're a good bard. I'm not exactly sure how that works. Oop, let me... go. But eventually, this character's gonna have to do it, because that's the whole goal. So I'm trying to piece together exactly what's gonna push this character to have the confidence to take on that tomb, as well as what he's gonna do in the meantime. And I'm thinking of all the quests in Solitude. Like, there has to be something within the walls of Solitude or in Dragonbridge that really, like, takes this character and I think needs to put him in a dangerous situation which he overcomes, which then would give him the confidence to continue on to this Bard's College quest. And just now, it comes to mind that Jari Ra actually speaks to a lot of parts of this character. What the hell was that sound? Oh, my crap, okay. Because this character is a thief, and is trying to, like, lay low. As soon as he walks into town, this very clearly shady stranger offers him a job. Kind of makes sense that I completely forgot what I named this character. Roth. That's right.
I mostly deal with
Roth
petty
Warbringer.
and drunken brewers.
It would make sense that Roth would lean in that direction a little bit. The only issue I have with it is Jari Ra is known in Solitude to be a bit shady. And since this guy's trying to keep a low profile, he might want to avoid the very obviously everyone hates him, very shady guy. So he might go for a different job. He's not going to join the Civil War. He's not going to go clear out Wolf Skull Cave. I could see him talking to Elisif in the clothing, but I don't see that going anywhere. The only thing that's left after that is Pelagius's hip bone. Ooh.
Tell them he didn't do it.
Positions.
Sorry, you need to go home. Go home and stay there until your mother comes.
Traitor!
Get on with it!
You should tell her that her uncle is scum that
You
betrayed this
betrayed
High
us.
King. Best she know now, Athar.
You're all hearted.
Rogver, you helped Ulfric Stormcloak escape the city after he murdered High King Torik. By opening that gate for Ulfric, you betrayed the people of Solitude. He doesn't deserve to speak!
There was no murder. Ulfric challenged Torik. He beat the High King in fair combat. Such is our way. Such is the ancient custom of Skyrim and all Nords. On this day, I go to Sovngarde.
I don't really think that this whole situation will have much of an impact on this character, because I don't see him as having all that much of an opinion of the Empire or the Civil War as a whole. I don't see him having a whole lot of stake in the laws of the government. So seeing this like little squabble here in the main courtyard just wouldn't have a huge impact on him. The only thing that I think it kind of illustrates is how dangerous his line of work is, and how in like medieval times, how if you were to pick someone's pocket or seal, they would chop off your fingers or your hands or your arms if they didn't kill you, because it would be like, you can't steal anymore. Haha. But yeah, it just kind of illustrates the danger of doing anything illegal at this point in time.
Welcome to the Bard's College. I'm the headmaster here. How may I help you?
Looking to apply.
Always a pleasure to meet a prospective bard. You should be aware that many apply, but we accept very few people. When possible, we ask applicants to perform tasks the college needs completed. In this case, I do have a task befitting an aspiring bard.
What do you need me to do?
Elisif has forbidden the burning of King Olaf, a festival put on by the Bard's College. We need to change her mind. To convince her, I want to read King Olaf's verse, a part of the Poetic Edda, the living history of Skyrim. Unfortunately, the verse was lost long ago.
And that's where I come in.
To Giraud, our history's keeper, the portion of the Edda dealing with King Olaf might still exist in Dead Man's Respite. I need you to retrieve the poem.
Alright. And because I've determined that he comes from Skyrim, not necessarily in Riften, but probably around that area, I wouldn't say he has any questions about the war or why Elisif forbid the festival. And I don't really want to ask too heavily about dragons because, as you know, they're not in the game yet because of the one mod I have installed. What's the Poetic Edda?
I think Giraud here would give you the best explanation of both it and the history of King Olaf's verse. You should speak to him about it.
Alright.
I wish you luck in finding the verse.
Giraud.
Good to meet a prospective bard.
You almost said you could tell me about the Poetic Edda. Poetic Edda?
He's sending you after King Olaf's verse, then. That's good. We shouldn't leave it lying around now that I figured out where it is. The verse was Svafnir's contribution to the Poetic Edda, the living history of Skyrim. Each bard adds to the Edda in his or her time.
So King Olaf's verse was the lost part of the Edda.
And a very ancient one. The verse criticized the reigning King Olaf. He was so incensed the bard was put to death and all the copies burned. At least, that's what we thought until I translated some ancient texts a year or so ago. We now believe King Olaf buried the truth with the bard. If I'm right, Svafnir and King Olaf's verse lie in Dead Men's Respite, along with the burial chamber of King Olaf himself.
I like training the art of speech.
Come to the right place.
I have just enough for one. Ugh, I need more money.
Be careful.
I'm not going to pick his pocket, even though I think that is a totally legitimate thing. People say it's cheating, but it makes logical sense. I'm not going to pick his pocket because I don't want risk of people discovering who I am. I'm still trying to lay low as a character, so I'm trying to remain undetectable.